Alright, hey guys, welcome back to the last playthrough of our Astro Knights Expedition. This will be the last one no matter what if we win or lose, because there isn't anything to continue after this one. I'm hoping to win though, because I've lost to Volt Fusion before. He was like the first boss I fought when I got Eternity, and he's really hard, so I've decided to like try to play by the rules with him. That'll make sense in a minute. So before we do that, before we choose our stuff, let's look at Volt Fusion here. And actually, we have to do it before. Yeah, but let's look at Volt Fusion here. So he only got 10 health, which may seem like not very much, but basically for setup is after shuffling the supply deck, set the top card of each supply deck aside for each supply deck. Shuffle one of the Voltlings that has the matching icon into the top four cards of that supply deck, then the other corresponding Voltling into the remainder of the supply deck, then place the set aside card face up back on top of the corresponding decks and flip this over. So we've done that already. Now, this says for this boss, we recommend using the size supply decks chart in your rulebook. Now, when I played him the first time, I didn't do that. But in the rulebook, there is a chart. Can I find the chart? Right here. And this is a suggestion on how to set the game up. So for each of the decks, I actually went with the minimum. So the two fuel decks have 10 cards. The tech deck has 8. The first weapon deck has 10, 8, 7 respectively. So that's the way we've set that up. And then there's 2 additional cards because in each deck because of the Voltlings. Volt Fusion cannot be dealt damage by any player cards, abilities, upgrades, or by the homeworld. Each time you would deal any amount of damage to Volt Fusion, you may choose to destroy the top card of any supply deck. When Volt Fusion is in the when a Voltling is in the top of the supply deck, immediately place it into the boss area. When a Voltling is defeated, place it in the boss discard pile. Voltlings do not activate a turn they become into play, and then when exhausted, destroy the top card of each supply deck. So the Voltlings will deal damage to him, and there are 10 of them, and they deal 1 damage, so we have to defeat them all. Because we're playing on our standard expedition, we will play with him in Expert, so Expert will add 1 health to each Voltling when they come into play. And we did get Naoki for our last hero, but we've played with her already, so I did want to play with one of my other characters in the expedition. We've done them, and we did Reshi, I think. So we're going to be using Z.A.K. This is from the base game. Also, the Bobcat is our homeworld. Activate during any player's main phase. Any player may return a card. Any player returns a card from the discard pile to their hand. Any player equips a weapon regardless of slots. So that's our homeworld, 28 health. We are going to be using Z.A.K. Activate during your main phase. Attack with up to 2 weapons without discarding them. So we're going to try to really hammer in dealing damage to these Voltlings, because they're not going to really do a whole lot to Volt Fusion. Okay, so the next thing we need to do is figure out which combo card, which invention card, and which team up card that we want. I think I'm going to get we're going to do the Rentech 3.0 because it's cheap. Will give us 3 damage to deal and then gain us a slot, and we'll get our slots quickly. I think I may want to go back to Alpha Formation just so that we can continue to gain health for playing cards. So we're going to do Alpha Formation. And then for our team up cards, I did like the idea of the deal 12 damage, but because dealing damage isn't going to really be relevant to Volt Fusion, we're going to do No Night Left Behind. So we can destroy a card in our hand that costs 3 or more. We discard a weapon that costs 5 or more, and we power down twice to activate this. Any player sets their health to 10. That player, this can target an exhausted player. So this is, when we achieve those, we will activate that effect. Although, bolster your spirits, suffer 2 damage, lose 2 slots, discard a weapon that costs 5 or more. Any player gains up to 3 cards from the supply that total 11 energy or less and place them in their hand. I kind of like that just for the fact that we can run through these quicker to get these out. And if we're healing, maybe we won't have to take the damage. Do we want to do a No Night Left Behind? Because this will be like... Yeah, I think we're going to do this because we'll just be able to focus on playing. And this can be like a backup in case we do get exhausted. Okay, so let's go and get started here. We have the Tectonic Repeaters as signature card. Deal 1 damage. You may return a weapon from your discard pile to your hand. So we're going to be cycling weapons through. So let's get started. We're going to flip over the first card of the deck, and it's going to be this. Okay, so first and foremost, we've got 3 fuel. I'm going to give myself a slot, and then we're going to play both of those out, and we're going to end our go. Okay, so we're going to deal 1 damage. We can't deal 1 damage to him, so we're going to destroy a card from the top of a deck. We'll destroy this. We have a Watt Roach, so this will come out. Defeat Volt Fusion suffers a damage. Activate, the homeworld suffers 2 damage, and any player loses a slot. So this will come into play. Gets an additional health. We're going to go ahead and ping it for 1. Let's flip this over too. And then we can return a weapon from our discard pile to our hand. We've got 2 here. We've got 4 here. Let's use that to get Harbonite Armor. You may destroy a card in your hand or discard pile. An ally may discard a card. If they do, the homeworld powers up. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Boss turn. So the homeworld suffers 2. And any player loses a slot. So we're going to lose a slot. So I don't think I discard. I just can't equip up again. Wait, is that right? Okay, yeah, I don't lose it. I just can't equip another one. So that's happened. We'll flip this over. And it's Voltage Drain. The homeworld suffers 3 damage. Destroy the top card of each supply deck in the top row. So 3 damage. And then destroyed, destroyed, destroyed. We have a Beta Fly will come in. Any player suffers 2 damage is its ability. Okay. We may need to end up using this. Okay, so we can deal 2 damage. We're going to ping him down. These are discarded. Let's see, what do we have here? Okay. So the boss is going to go next. Great. Okay. We have this. We can destroy a card in our hand. Or discard pile. We're going to destroy that. We're going to play that. We have... Oh, let's flip this over. Actually, we're not going to destroy that. We're going to destroy this. Then we're going to use our 3, and we're going to get our Rentech 3.0. We're going to end our go. Draw up. We know we have a boss turn. So... the homeworld suffers 2 damage. We're going to lose a slot. And we're going to take 2 damage from this one. Oh, or any player loses a slot. Okay. Whew. We're just going to give... I misread that. We're just going to give the homeworld a damage. And we're going to shuffle this up. And then we're going to go to level 2. Instant minions gain +3 health. We've got Synchronic Decay. The player with the most power suffers 2 damage, so we are going to take that 2 damage. Destroy the top card of each supply deck in the bottom row. Lovely. So they come in with 6. This one will be the player with the most slots suffers 2 damage. The player with the most expensive card in their hand suffers 2 damage. Okay, we've got to deal with these guys. And fast. Okay, we're going to ping a damage off of him. We have this. We have 4 fuel. We'll get Phase Shield. Deal 2 damage. The homeworld powers up. Whew. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, we're going to ping a damage off of him. We're going to play this and play this. We get to heal because of our combo card. We can get rid of this. We've got 3 here. We'll get Hyperion Anomaly. We're going to end our go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to do 3 damage. This one's gone. He takes the damage. We're going to gain a slot. Okay, it's a little bit better. Got those 2, and we've got 3 here. Let's get Phase Shield. We're going to end our go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We get 2 boss turns now. So boss turn number 1, we take 2 damage, 2 damage, 2 damage. Holy cow. Any player suffers 2. The player with the most slots suffers 2. The player with the most expensive cards suffers 2. Matter Eater. Activate the homeworld, suffers a damage, but it comes in with 7 health. 8 health. Then we're going to do this. So boss turn happens. We take 2 damage. We become exhausted. So we're going to destroy the top card of the supply decks. These do not activate the turn they come in. Maybe I should have put more cards in and not less. We take the home. Now we're exhausted, so the homeworld takes 4 damage instead of 2. That's another 4. And then the homeworld suffers 1 damage. Oh, and I don't think I played a card from here yet. Current Breaker. Any player suffers 2 damage of voltage. If there is 1 or less in play, destroy the top card of each supply deck. So we're going to take 2 damage, which really means 4 to the homeworld. All right. We lost. Okay, you know what? We're going to reset because that was crazy. Okay, so we reset. I'm leaving everything else the same. The one thing I did change, however, was I did... Oh, we got to shuffle this up. I did go to the maximum number of cards per supply deck. So it's 14, 14, 12... So 14, 14, 12, 15, 12, and 10. I thought having less would be better, but things come out so fast. So we are not going to do that. So let's go ahead and just try that again. All right, let's see what we got here. So we're going to drop those. Oh, no, we're going to do this. Get ourselves a... Well, actually, we're going to get Heliosphere. Gain 2 energy, or you may destroy this card and gain a weapon that costs 5 or less. So we're going to do that. And then we're going to discard this and get rid of those. Flip this over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Our go again. We'll deal a damage. We'll destroy a card of the supply deck. We'll destroy this. We can return a weapon to our hand. We're going to play that out. We also are going to use the 4 we have to get this Rentec there. And I'll keep those and we'll discard down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Boss turn. He doesn't activate. We're going to flip this over. The homeworld suffers 3 damage. Oh, I got to reset this too. 25. Destroy the top card of each. Destroy the top card of each supply deck in the top row. We've got our first. It's a Vibra Scuttle. The homeworld suffers 1 damage. Any player discards a card. So that'll be what he does. Okay. Flip this over. We're going to ping him for a damage. Whew. Okay. We've got this here. We're going to give ourselves a slot. We've got 2 left. We'll power up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We know we have a boss turn, so the homeworld suffers a damage. And any player discards a card. We're going to discard that. These are going to boost up. This will go up to 6 health. We have a Chill Beak. Comes in with 4 health plus 4. Activate any player and the homeworld each suffer 1 damage. Okay. Alright, I was really liking that extra boss turn in the last expedition playthrough, but this is... not boss turn, player turn. This is rough. Okay. Ping a damage. Oops. Okay, so we have 2 slots now, so we're going to drop both those down. We've got 2 here. We're going to power up again. And then I'm actually going to power down twice to achieve that objective there. I'm going to end our go. We've got a boss turn here. The homeworld suffers a damage, and any player discards a card. We'll discard that. No, we'll discard that. Any player in the homeworld each suffer a damage. We're going to take a damage. The homeworld's going to go down. Volt Fusion. This is Gold Sniffer. The player with the most expensive card in their hand discards 2 cards and suffers a damage. Oh my goodness. Okay. Argo. So we're going to do 3 damage to somebody and gain a slot. We're going to do 3 damage to him. Then we're going to deal a damage. We'll gain our slot. And then we're going to return a card from our discard, a weapon from our discard back to our hand. We'll play that out. We are going to destroy this to gain a weapon that costs 5 or less. We're going to get double shot. With our other 3, we're going to gain Hadronic Halo. It's got bolster, so if it gets discarded, we gain health, and then it gives us 2 energy, or 2 fuel. We're going to end our go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll do 3 damage. Gain a slot. We're full of slots now. Got that. Got these 4. We'll get RB7 Launcher. Deal 3 damage, gain an energy. You may destroy the top card of any supply deck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We know we have a boss turn next. So any the homeworld suffers a damage. Any player discards a card. We'll discard that. Discard that actually. Any player in the homeworld suffer a damage. The player with the most expensive card in the hand discards 2 cards and suffers a damage. Discard those 2 and take a damage. The homeworld suffers 3 damage. Good lord. Destroy the top card of each supply deck in the top row. Okay. Oh, the Voltlings come in with extra health. Not every other minion. This dude's been dead. So actually don't discard those cards. And I don't take the damage. Good lord. What have I been doing? Only the Voltlings come in with extra health. Oh, good lord. Okay. Argo, we're going to ping this guy. Okay, let's see what we got here. So we've got these 3 weapons we're playing out. We've got 2 energy here. Let's get Solaris Cell. When we buy it, the homeworld powers up. We're going to end our go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We did play 2 cards that cost 1 or more, so we get to gain a health back. Okay, let's see what we got here. Okay, deal 2 damage, and then deal 2 damage to a minion, so this is gone. He's going to take a damage. We're going to deal 1 damage and 1 damage again. We're going to return this back to our hand. We're going to place all these out. We've got 3 energy here. We'll power up. 1, 2, 3. Oh, we get another health again. 1, 2. Boss turn. Any player in the homeworld each suffer a damage. Magnetic Micropulse. Destroy the top card of each supply deck in the bottom row. If bottom or top row. Let's do the bottom row. And then if Volt Fusion's level 3 or do both, but he's only level 2. Okay, so this is gone. This Amp Eater is coming out, which is actually this guy, which is funny. The player with the most slots suffers 2 damage. Okay. Okay. Any player and the homeworld suffer damage. Player with the most slots suffers 2. Circuit Hack, destroy the top card of each supply deck in the bottom row. Activate a Voltling in play, destroy this card. Dynamite, any player discards a card and suffers a damage. Oh my goodness. Activate a Voltling in play. We're going to activate this one. We're going to suffer the 1 damage and discard a card. And we're going to discard that card. This gets destroyed, so this is out of the game. Okay. Alright, deal 2 damage to a minion and then 2 damage to 2 damage and 2 damage to a minion. So we're gonna ping him for 4 total. Or hold on. We're gonna ping him for 4 total. Deal 3 damage. Deal 3 damage. He's defeated. He loses the health. We're going to get an energy, and we can destroy the top card of any supply deck. And I'm not going to destroy any. We're going to play that out. We have 1 energy plus these 4. We'll get Psionic Needle. Deal 2 damage again a slot, or deal 3 damage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, we're going to deal a damage. Alright, we can actually do something here. So we've got those 2 we're going to play out. We're going to play these 2 out. We're going to gain a health. We've got 5 total. Let's get Atmoscope. Deal 4 damage. Any ally may discard a card. If they do, deal 2 damage to a minion. Oh, and we got Electic. His ability is the player with the most expensive card in their hand suffers 2 damage. Okay, 2 damage. Well, we can just do this one first, then do this one. This comes to our hand, but he takes another damage. Alright, slowly but surely we're getting there. So boom, boom, boom. 3 there. We'll use it to get Hyperion Anomaly. So 2 energy, but if we have max slots, we gain 3 instead. Circipede. There we go. His ability, any player powers down and suffers a damage. Okay. Any player... Oh, I didn't get my health for playing the cards. So any player takes a damage, that nets out. Homeworld suffers a damage. The player with the most expensive card in hand suffers 2 damage. And then any player powers down and suffers a damage. That's tough. Circuit Break. Any player suffers 2 damage. If there's 1 or less Voltling in play, destroy the top card of each supply deck in the bottom row. But there's 2 in play, so we're good there. Okay, so 2 and 2. We'll do 2 damage to him. 2 damage to him. 3 damage to him. 1 damage. Okay, we're getting there. Okay. We're going to play both of those out. In doing so, we're going to gain a health. Oh, this didn't flip. We have 3 fuel. We'll get Drenal Booster. Attack with any player's weapon. Reveal top card of the turn order deck. Return it to the top or bottom of the deck. And it's going to bring out a Beta Fly. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is that the... we have a boss turn. We're going to suffer a damage. The homeworld's going to suffer a damage. We're going to power down and suffer a damage. We're become exhausted, so we're going to destroy the top card of each supply deck. And then any player would suffer 2 damage, which is going to go to the homeworld. So it's going to double. Okay. Maneater. Ugh. Okay, please don't be a boss turn. Okay. The homeworld and the player suffers. So that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 damage. We've lost again. Okay. Well, because here we could have done 6 damage. We could have taken this out. That would have brought him down. We could have destroyed this card and discarded this card and then activated that, set our health back up to 10. We would have, we just, yeah, well, you know what? That's what happens sometimes. So we actually could, that's what I got this card for. I got this to specifically do that. But we could have at least reset our health next turn and we would have been in a better spot. But man, that was tough. I mean, there's half of, I mean, we had about half of them. I think the right way to do it is to do it with, the most cards to give ourselves time. You could use like whatever you wanted. Like you could change it, but if you didn't do that, it would take forever to go through. So, but I think giving ourselves time would have been, that was the right move. It was just a factor of, we just got unlucky with the card draw. So anyway, we're going to call it there. That, at the very least, will show you what an expedition looks like. Like I said, we could have next turn gotten all these powered up, and then we got more reward. But that kind of just shows you how an expedition works. You know, throughout the game, you slowly get extra stuff, and we can start kind of building up stronger, and we fight stronger enemies as the game progresses. So that's that gives you an idea. If you guys would like to see some more Astro Knights gameplay, please let me know. I enjoy playing the game. There'll be more one-offs type things of the expedition, but that gives you an idea how it works. There's a ton of characters and a ton of bosses we haven't seen yet, so it would be fun to try that out. So if you guys want to see more Astro Knights, please let me know in the comments. But yeah, our expedition comes to a close with an unfortunate defeat, but it is what it is. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.